Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. As always, I'm Amber and this is the Plus in Pageantry. Welcome back. If this is your first time here, welcome. This week we'll actually be touching on a topic that we've already discussed, but we'll be expanding on it a little bit. We'll be talking about coaching. It's just like anything else, any other sport or any other thing that you're passionate about. If you really want to be your best and you feel like you need help from a mentor or advice from someone who's done it before, a lot of that can be found in coaching. If you don't know your way around the pageant system that you've chosen or pageantry in general, getting a coach is an investment to kind of help you along the way. They'll be your mentor, your liaison between yourself and the pageant system. I think that you need to do everything that you can to make sure that you find a coach who has your best interest at heart, a coach that fits you. So you have to do your research, shop around, get some pricing from different coaches, and the good coaches will recommend that you work with other coaches. Just saying. Most systems have an interview portion. Most, if not all. I would highly recommend getting a coach for interview if that's an area of competition that you are kind of shy away from. If you win, you're going to go on appearances and be speaking on behalf of this organization. So if not a interview coach or public speaking coach, I would highly recommend that. But there are runway coaches. There are coaches that will help with your styling through the week. There are coaches that will help you pick your submission for optional competitions like photogenic and things like that. So just find someone that fits your need. There are coaches who offer package deals, but usually 9 times out of 10, if you're not interested in a package, they will be able to accommodate you for the one area of competition depending on their scheduling. Coaches are beneficial for a number of different reasons. They're an investment either way. So the way that I've done it in the past is if there's an area of competition that I don't feel as confident in, that is the area of competition where I would invest in a coach. Or if I'm transitioning from, say, USA to International Junior Miss, I would get a coach who was familiar with the International Junior Miss system just to see if there's a learning curve or anything in transitioning systems. So that's also something to think about when you're looking for a coach. Are they familiar with the system that you are going to? Do your research. There are scammers in everything. You know, there's scammers in church. Anyway, just make sure that you're doing your research and ask your friends. If you've made any friends in pageantry, ask them, if they wouldn't mind sharing with you who their coach is. Also, as I've said before, don't go for the coach just because they produce winners. Okay. You are investing in a coach to help polish your presentation or that one area of competition where you feel uncomfortable. So just keep that in mind. They are not going to be following you throughout your pageant competition. So because they produce winners should not be a part of the criteria when looking for a coach, in my opinion. It should be, is this person available to help me in the area where I'm coming short? And I've mentioned that it is an investment, and it is. You have to find a coach within your budget. Now, I've worked with coaches that are on the higher end of the spectrum and on the lower end of the spectrum. But when you're around quality people in pageantry, you'll find that they may offer coaching services. Ask around. You don't have to pay $300,000 and up there for coaching, especially if this is your first pageant and you haven't really found your footing yet. I wouldn't invest big money into coaching until I was sure that this was what I wanted to do and I really felt like I needed it. Don't let anyone pressure you into spending more than you feel like you have to. Now, nothing in this world is free. So if somebody tells you what their prices are, don't try to haggle them down. Just keep shopping, okay? Don't take advantage of somebody's, goodwill, and just, people are out here trying to make a living. So if someone's running a business and this is in general, guys, don't ask for the homie hookup, okay? If I'm an artist and I'm designing something and you ask me to make you something custom, don't ask me to change my price. Like, you need to pay what I'm asking for. That goes for coaching. Sorry, I got off track a little bit there, but you get what I'm saying. If coaching just isn't in the budget right now, this is your first pageant, you aren't even sure if you need a coach, you aren't even sure if you have any shortcomings. We all have shortcomings, people. Remember that. Here's what you should do. You've heard me mention time and time again the mirror. Break out the mirror and practice walking. Look at your facial expressions. See what happens to your face when you start talking about things that you're passionate about. Just know what your face does. I'm not going to tell you to change it because you aren't paying me to coach you. Just kidding. Just know what be aware of how your face moves and what happens when you get excited or when you get confused. You don't want to, you don't want to scare a judge by making too much eye contact. Or if you get really perplexed and you squeeze your face, you don't want anyone to think that, like, you don't like them or you're put off by what they said. So just be aware of what your face does when you talk and spend some time looking in the mirror. Same goes for walking. And I'm not just talking about stage, but I'm talking about, walking from just simple point A to point B. Do you glide across the room? Do you command presence when you walk in? Or do you just kind of slip into the crowd? Those kind of things. Just be aware of how your body moves. Oftentimes when we're uncomfortable with something, our first reflex is to hide it, cover it up, not look at it. But I think that a big part of embracing anything and everything is being able to look at it, acknowledge it, and eventually accept it. Just go ahead, jump out there in the deep end, just talk, and just figure out what are your pauses. Do you use a lot when you speak? Like I just did. You see that? My next note says, don't just talk about it, be about it. So if you have a platform, you need to be serving that platform in your preparation. So my platform is body positivity and self-love. A part of me serving my platform is making these videos for you guys and sharing different ways that you can get comfortable competing for pageants and just sharing my tips and tricks. But also I always try to have some kind of body positive message in every single episode. Go back and watch the other 4. It's there. You was getting body positive messages and you ain't even know it. I'm a lead by example type of person, so I post and I share the things that I'm uncomfortable with and I persevere anyway. So take a note out of my book. And last but certainly not least, take the time to study pageants. You can go on YouTube, you can go to the pageant website. I know that Pageant Vision keeps a backstock of pageant videos and nationals and international competitions. So it might be beneficial to invest the, $16 to watch last year's competition if it's available to you. I also know that systems will rent the video so that you can see how the pageant has gone in the past. Now, you are watching to gain information, tips and tricks, but you are not watching to copy, okay? I cannot stress this enough. Just because the last winner won in a red dress does not mean that you need to go out and buy a red dress. Just because the last winner was blonde, blue-eyed, does not mean that you need to take yourself out of the race because you feel like that system only looks for blondes and blue eyes. That's not the case, okay? Your judging panel is going to be totally different from the panel that judged her. And if you do fall in love with the winner's dress, you're like, oh my God, I really love that dress. You go try it on and it's the perfect fit and it gets the reaction that you're looking for from whoever goes dress shopping with you, then by all means, get the dress, but don't do it because the previous winner did it. Does that make sense? I'm going to assume you said yes. Okay, that's my episode. Thank you so much for watching. If there's any content that you'd like me to tackle, whether it's body positive, pageant related, or anything else, just let me know. Don't be afraid to leave a comment below. And I will see y'all next week. I forgot. Okay, sorry. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it on everything. Again, thank you so much. I'm so grateful you decided to stop by. And until next time,